Okay, hello YouTube and Boxing World. This is later on tonight. I'll probably put up the uh, scary video, but right now I want to talk about uh, Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. Uh, Dubois just crushed Anthony Joshua. I have been saying repeatedly over the past couple of years uh, that Joshua was not properly brought back and really even dealt with psychologically after the where he got knocked out from I forget the guy's name, but when he lost the IBF and WBO, WBC, WBA belts, that Joshua wasn't right. This Joshua got clocked in the fifth and went down like a hot potato. And maybe Joshua has been dealt with on the psychology part of that. He sure has had a lot of fights since then, and but no. His psychology's gone. This is a guy who could take a punch in the past, but after he just got the living shit beat out of him and went down the big guy, Andy Garcia. When he lost to Andy Garcia, he ain't been right since then. This is a classic. I'm not going to say that Anthony Joshua is a bully, because I don't believe he is. But in boxing terms, a bullyish guy, when they get devastated and quit fights, they're never really the same when they come back. None of them are. Now, Roberto Duran was an exception. Roberto Duran was sick. There was some timing finagling when Sugar Ray Leonard beat Roberto Duran the second time in the famous No Muss fight. I lived it, I know. That was a different type of situation. Joshua just got manhandled, and he got manhandled again tonight. He connected on Dubois, who is not much to speak of either. And I'm going to go ahead and everybody's going to be mad at me in a minute. The whole lot of you. And you'll see why. To Dubois' credit, he took a massive combination in the right hand from Joshua that wobbled him, and seconds later he connected with his own, and Joshua just went down like a hot potato. Both these guys are big. However, both these guys are very, very slow. And I'm telling every single one of you out there, anyone from 1960 to 1982, any fighter, I say from 1960 to 1980, any fighter that was ever in the top 10 in the heavyweights, WBC and or WBA, would have annihilated any of these top 10 guys today. Would have completely annihilated. There are hundreds of heavyweight fighters that you have never heard their names mentioned ever, never, that would beat the living fire out of any of these sitting heavyweight champions today. We have one good fighter. He happens to be about 6'2", weighs 225, 235 normally, I believe, 220. And that's Alexander Usyk. And folks, he's nothing to write home about. Absolutely nothing to write home about. And it's just saddening me that you guys that are younger, what you're considering great because you don't know no better, is mediocre at best 30 years ago and before. Mediocre at best, average at best. There is nobody up and coming. That kid over there, I believe maybe he was in L.A., California, black kid, big guy. He was knocking people out left and right. Oh, he's going to bring the crown back to the U.S. I was saying all along, oh no, he's not. Oh no, he's not. Now, a lot of people are saying that Richard Torres. No. And there's nobody nowhere else that you're looking at or I'm looking at on TV or pay-per-view that's up and coming that's worth skunk's breath right now. And it's awful and it's sad. And I don't know if it's a promoter thing. I don't know if it's a trainer thing. I don't know if my generation and the trainers there leaving out, teaching the younger trainers that are there now, or have been there for quite a few years, or maybe my generation left that generation of trainers the impression, get big, giant guys. Big, giant guys can't fight. They can't box. And Tyson Fury, I love him. I love him to death. There ain't any of these fighters I dislike. I love all these guys. But they say he's the boxer of the big guy. The guy couldn't box his way out of a paper bag. And it's just sad. And great for this time, yeah. We've had since I can't remember the years, I guess it was the 90s, maybe the very early 2000s, when we had those two fights with Holyfield, and then you go back further and there's a few fights there. I'm going to piss half the UK off at me right now. Lennox Lewis, nothing. Everybody's, well, he was the last great one. No, he wasn't. He wasn't great. And he was another big, slow guy that, like I say again, anybody from 1960 to 1980 in the top 10 at any given time, properly trained, properly on their good day, on a great night, would have whooped him. Boxing has been suffering for a long time. And it's time to autocorrect this division, get back to 200, 215, 220 pound guys. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And start to seeing some good boxing again, some good fighting. The guy that dropped Joshua that most of you seem to like and adore, and he thinks he's so great, that guy last year got punched in the eye and took a knee and quit himself. A few years before, Anthony Joshua got knocked in the head 2 or 3 times, took a knee and quit. He got his fanny slapped to pieces tonight. But Dubois, if he gets whooped up on real bad, again, he's going to do the same thing. He's going to bend down and take a knee. And that's the difference between this generation and older generations. We fought, and this generation does not. And it's just very, very sad. But I enjoyed what I saw of the fight. Boxing's good to watch. I love it. But the heavyweight division right now is just suffering in a major way. And until probably more than likely something like this is going to happen, there's going to be about a 189-pound guy that's going to step up. Maybe he's 180, and he's going to demolish the heavyweight division, and that's going to be that. And then it'll auto-correct. Kind of hoping Usyk auto-corrects the division, because these great big giant men do not show good fights. We've had past four years or so, the only wonderful, enjoyable heavyweight boxing that I've seen was the 3 fights between Deontay Wilder, who couldn't fight his way out of a paper sack, and Tyson Fury. They stood to the occasion against each other, and they fought like mad dogs against one another. But it still was not great, great boxing of yesteryear. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's Alex Jones right. They're turning the frogs gay by putting estrogen in the water. I don't know what it is. But something is amiss, and the heavyweight division is certainly amiss. So I know I about got everybody mad at me right now because I've put down everybody's guy in the heavyweight division, but I'm just going to continue to do so until hell freezes over, or until I start seeing some great, quick, hard-hitting boxing. And it's just the way it's going to be. And when I say hard-hitting boxing, I don't mean hitting a guy in the eye and him taking a knee. I don't mean hitting a guy with one punch and him falling all over himself. Those are people that don't have heart, backbone, or jaws. And to have a jaw, you got to have heart and backbone. That's something people are, unless something psychologically gets a hold of you, when you go down with one punch in the heavyweight division, like these guys are dropping like flies now. I mean, I'm going to tell you, even Ernie Shavers, George Foreman, Sonny Liston, Mike Tyson, they weren't hitting somebody one time and these guys falling down half dead. So think about that, because none of these guys are hitting as hard as those guys I just mentioned. Not even close, guys. So, yeah, disappointed. Love everybody. Hope you have a great weekend. Probably going to have the scary video coming up in a little while tonight. Love you all. Again, Christ is King up in around us, and so we worship. In all our imperfectness, He is our King.